I say and everything I do only serves to just annoy you. And everything I am, every tiny bit of me, contributes to your misery. Uh-oh, we're so bad together. Uh-oh, we are. Uh-oh, but we can do better. Uh-oh, we are bad hearts. We're a record that's been broken, playing on a junk patroller, spinning round and round and round and round. We're a wreck about to happen, flailing heads as cars start crashing, orchestrating death, those chaos sound. Every single day, every little thing I do only serves to just annoy you. And every word I say, every sentence that I speak only makes you freak out. Uh-oh, we're so bad together. Uh-oh, we are. Uh-oh, but we can do better. Uh-oh, we are bad hearts. We're a bundle of explosives rigged to blow so damn atrocious. Body parts keep flying everywhere. We're a plague of grand contagion. Eyes are bleeding, balls are raging. Bloody pus disgusting here and there. Uh-oh, we're so bad together. Uh-oh, we are. Uh-oh, but we can do better. Uh-oh, we are bad hearts. Uh-oh, we're so bad together. Uh-oh, we are. Uh-oh, but we can do better. Uh-oh, we are bad hearts. Uh-oh, we're so bad together. Uh-oh, but we can do better. Uh-oh, we're so bad together. Uh-oh, we are. Uh-oh, but we can do better. Uh-oh, we are bad hearts. Uh-oh, we're so bad together. Uh-oh, we are. Uh-oh, but we can do better. Uh-oh, we are bad hearts. We are bad hearts. We are bad hearts. Are haunting my house, they drift through my head. Some float through the upstairs, some sleep in my bed. My place is quite crowded with the echoes of the dead. Some smash on the things and break all the glass. Some simply just wail while others distract me with the songs they sing of things that could have been. The dead, they wait to take me out tonight, but I stay inside. The dead create a little pain each night, and I hold it quite tight. Yes, I hold it in my heart. That's where it belongs. There's dead all around, as packed as can be. There's nowhere to go and there's no getting free. The dead call my name in shame, I answer in the dark. They're whispering words of things I have done, of the hearts I have killed and the loves I have shunned. The stones that I throw, I know in time there will be blood. The dead, they wait to take me out tonight, but I stay inside. The dead create a little pain each night, and I hold it quite tight. Yes, I hold it in my heart. That's where it belongs. Someday soon I will be done for. Someday soon I will be done for. I can't run anymore. I won't run anymore. Stay inside. The dead, they wait to take me out tonight, but I stay inside. The dead create a little pain each night, and I hold it quite tight. Yes, I hold it in my heart. That's where it belongs. When you're all alone, strangers grow stranger every day. And when you're on your own, the danger is you'll just stay that way. I don't wanna die alone. I don't wanna die at all. Maybe we could find a little time. Maybe we could simply press rewind. When you're all alone, like a ghost you move throughout the shops and streets. And when you're on your own, you disappear from everyone you meet. I don't wanna die alone. I don't wanna die at all. Maybe we could find a little time. Maybe we could simply press rewind.
Hey, Shroby, how you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you panicked me for a second, Mary, because I literally just reinstalled all of my. I was having some problems. I was. Did you really, Poe? That's hilarious. I was having some problems with my sound card. I have multiple sound cards. Anyway, this whole I have, or not multiple sound cards, but I had multiple sound devices, within my device manager. And hey, Stephanie, how you doing? And you as well, Independent Network. Thank you, man. Or Independence Network. And Shroby, thank you for the host, man. So I have multiple devices in my device manager under the audio thing, and one of them, and there were like 8 of them, and my Focusrite, which is my sound interface. Oh, thank you so much, Marilyn. That's awesome. Thank you kindly. That's really, really awesome of you. My Focusrite, which is my sound interface, had two entries. And I'm like, is that what's causing it? So I was just like, I was losing my mind. So it turns out that I had installed some software over the past week that I didn't realize had thrown up a couple other sound devices. And because my other computer, my laptop, has those same sound devices because it uses the same kind of setup, but it doesn't use a Focusrite, it uses the MBox instead. Anyway, yada yada yada. I've been smashing my head against this desk for the past 3 days, and so I finally figured it out. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. And then Mary goes, what? I don't hear any sound. And I'm like, oh God, no, please no. And it turns out, hooray, she was muted. Thank you. That was a very exciting little moment for me, Mary. All right, so hey everybody. So tonight, so far we have 9 completed songs for this new record. Now it's really funny. So 2 of them, hold on real quick. 2 of them I haven't actually. I haven't really played much, Yeah, amen, Shroby. Yeah, it was a real. It was like, what's going on? So I had 2. So I have 2 songs that I don't really play. One is the new one. What's it called? It's called Just So Wrong. And I haven't even really I listened to it over the weekend, and I was like, and I listened to it over the weekend, and I like it a lot. It's not immediately accessible. I mean, it is. By the time you get to the second chorus, once you kind of wrap your head around all the melodies, it's totally awesome. But it's not like bubblegum right out or right out the gate, there are anyway. So I'm gonna have to figure out when I actually record it. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to kind of introduce some of the stuff to make it a little bit easier to digest right out the gate. But I'll sort that out. And then the other one is "Motherfuckers They Can't Fuck With Us," which is the song that we wrote about this community here, and that one I don't play that often, but so I think I'm gonna start playing these in the pre-show. I'm gonna start playing both songs until I have them down. So here, I think this is "Motherfuckers." Yeah, and this one I really like. When you've got nowhere to go, you can. When you've got nowhere to go, you can never say you're lost. Oh, so when you've got nowhere to go, you can never say you're lost. Gotta go with passion flows, no matter what the cost. So it kind of starts out, and then I love the doesn't matter who we are. We are misfits, and here is where spits belong. I'm just gonna scream that out. I'm not gonna do it right now, but just scream that out, and then and the motherfuckers, they can't fuck with us. And so that one's an epic, Yeah. So anyway, but I maybe I'm just not super familiar with the newest one, but let me see. Let me before we get let's just take a look at it real quick. Here, let me listen to it. And here I'll play a little bit. This is how I record. Literally when I write my own music, unless I bring up a whole Pro Tools session, sometimes I'll just record the songs I'm writing on my phone because it's just easier than bringing up a whole Pro Tool. When I bring up a whole Pro Tools session, what happens is I start to go, well, let me just let me get the tempo, and then let me just track some acoustic guitars. They'll just be scratch, and then I'll be like, oh, those sound pretty good. Let me just clean those up, and then and then let me add some shaker and tambourine, and then let me throw in some harmonies, and then let me add some piano, and then let me add some bass, and let me add some drums, and then next thing you know, I've spent all day working on a whole mix. So so sometimes I avoid that temptation. So this is the song. I remember that. Oh no, this is actually great. So this is I love everything I hate about you. I hate everything. Oh yeah. So this is a song. So we wrote this as a duet, and I think I'm gonna ask Aubrey Hayes to sing the female part. And I know Aubrey's guested on the show, and she's absolutely amazing. But it goes so we know. You turn your pippins out, for them again. You let them pound in the fucking kitchen. You clogged the toilet, then you pissed in the sink. Damn it all, the wheel spins, and the hamster's asleep. And then that's her part, and then this is his part. You check your phone all day like it's paying. You check your phone all day like it's paying your rent. You know a bathroom's not a fashion statement. And as for cooking, I think you should know the smoke alarm's the only one cheering you on. I love everything I hate about you, hate everything I love. The feeling that I feel, the feeling. I love everything I hate about you, hate everything I love. The feelings that I feel about it, the feelings that I feel, feelings that I feel, I have to get rid of. It's time to admit that life's a piece of shit. Come on, actually, I'm the chords I'm using are they're the right chords, but the wrong positions. Come on. Come on. Oh, and they are. You're perfect for me. That's it. You're perfect for me. You're perfect for me. When disasters come on, we're fucked as can be. Ever after, come on. You're just what I need. You're a nuclear bomb. And you're just what I need. We're a nuclear bomb. And we're just so wrong, so right, and we're just so wrong, so right, and we're just so wrong. Yeah, so it's a really fun song. I guess the first time I reviewed it, I was just like, but yeah, it's great. Mary, on that one, what I wanted to do is I wanted to write a song that was I didn't have any. There's no relationship song on this album, right? And so we've got a drinking song, we've got a dinosaur fucking song, we've got a pissing and kissing song. It does have a little bit of a relationship element, but I wanted to have a dystopic, like, kind of like him and her kind of, and I wanted it to sound at first like they're arguing, and it turns out they're like yeah, of course, things, we're kind of bad hearts, my bad heart song, but we're actually doing well. And here you go. We could do a buddy cop song. We could. No, what's a banana phone? So I do have it. I got a call sign Scarecrow to cover one of your. Oh really? Oh, that's awesome, Poe. That's great, man. What song? I'm not. That's right. Kill Your Landlord? Is that what you... But it's called Fierce Butterflies. All right, so we're gonna write a new one. So the first thing that we do in writing a song is we need to figure out what we want it to be about, right? So there was a suggestion, a buddy cop song would be a lot of fun. We would have to, so we could start with a buddy cop song, and then we'd have to figure out their relationship and kind of figure out, how that would work. But a buddy cop song would be totally cool. Any other possible idea possibilities out there? I'm gonna put this there. I'm gonna put that there, and okay, there we go. So. Or are we all perhaps interested in writing a buddy cop song? That works for me. It's fun. It's fun to like kind of take stuff, go take something I've never thought of, and then try to figure out a way to make it cool and fun and interesting and clever and silly. A telltale or a tall tale song about Sue. Yeah. Okay. So in fact, we could do that. We could do that. Like we could do like my dog Sue and make it and just make it about like a completely over the top ridiculous thing about how like all the amazing things he's done. Or we could combine the two. We could combine the two and make it a. What are you doing, bud? And we could make it a buddy cops. We could make it a cop and his dog, and then the dog could be Sue, and then Sue could be like fucking ridiculously amazing, and do all these like over the top nonsensical things. Or we could do. They're both like the Paul Bunyan, Bay the Block. They're both epic, amazing people. We could do that. So that's exactly right. Poe. That's exactly right. Hey, hippie chicken, how you doing? And awesome, Rooster Pat. Me too, man. This is always fun. Or a dog who is a cop named Sue. That's actually, we could do that. I actually once wrote a song. So a buddy of mine had a girlfriend, not a romantic girlfriend, but a girlfriend that they were good friends with, and she was a real character, and she did all sorts of do you know that book Geek? Just that kind of like she was like one of those kind of like punk rocker, kind of like like hardcore but super sweet, but hardcore girls did crazy stuff. And he wanted me to write a song, and she had a little dog named Peapod, and so she was this tough girl that she was super sweet but like tough and did all these crazy things, but she doted on this little dog named Peapod. And so I wrote the song from the dog's perspective, but you don't know that it's a dog until the very end. And so I'm talking about all the things that like all the things that he sees her doing, and all the ways he engages with her. And then the chorus is like, I just want to be your dog, And so it's like it suggests this like crazy like intimacy and sexual perversion and kind of crazy stuff, but in a weird way. And it turns out that no, it's just the dog. So, and that's great to hear. That's great to hear, hippie chicken. Awesome. So, what about two cop dogs, Sue and his partner? Yeah, okay. See, so we two cop. Yeah, that's what would so. I mean, we could do. Yeah, we could set it. We could set it in a. I mean, so Hopeless Pig. I mean, you can always throw out silly ideas, and sometimes like that's the thing, right? So songwriting, particularly when you're songwriting with a group, or even if I'm songwriting with other professional songwriters, right? Like in fact, Sebastian Bach and Ali Gertz and I are going to get together when I'm in Los Angeles, and we're going to sit down, and the three of us are going to write a song, and almost invariably, you kind of like bounce off of each other's ideas, and somebody will have an idea, and it may not work at all, and it may not have any. Hey, Kyoshi Akira, thank you, brother. I know 19 months is nuts, man, but thank you, brother. And they might not have any. Like somebody might make a suggestion, and it may not really work, but off of that suggestion, another idea will carom, and then that caroming idea will be the idea that connects, and so without that original person's idea that we didn't use, then the other idea would never have happened. And so so for me, as long as you're contributing ideas, you get a songwriting credit. That's the way it works, right? So and then when the album is done and I go to register it with BMI, we'll let them deal with it. So I mean, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible, Brian. Like, who knows? Well, I mean, like, we'll see. So, but all right. So do we want? So, all right. So let's first triangulate. Let's first. All right. So to me. If we're gonna do it, I guess we have to kind of triangulate. Or we have to kind of now drill into this. So, do we want to do a song about a cop and a dog? Do we want to do a song about two cops? Do we want to do a song about two cops, two dogs that are cops? Yeah, no, yeah, amen. Well, no. So no, we have a relationship song, Stephanie. That was the one we wrote last week. That was the song I was talking about. I knew we didn't have a relationship song, so I was like, I need to. So yeah, so two dogs that are cops, and that's from a puppy to a deputized cop, growing into so we could do that. We could do it is Kiyoshi Akira. It is. And so if we were to do two dogs, right? Two dogs that were cops. Now, do we want? You should do a dog about people trying to decide whether to write a song about two cops or two dogs or two dog cops. That's actually a meta idea. That would be awesome. I mean, we could. It could be. It really could be about, if we were to do it from that approach. It could be like you've got people sort of like you're trying to write a jingle. Like it could be like ad people trying to write a jingle about two dog but anyway. So how about a dog that saves the cop? So yeah, and that's entirely that's I mean, so okay, so we do need to start drilling down. That's the worst chat ever. Yeah. Or we could actually do that. All right, we could do a song that's like the movie adaptation. You guys, like, we could, and Pissin' and Kissin' kind of does this, right? Pissin' and Kissin' kind of changes the perspective as it meanders, you know. But did you see the camera? The camera just kind of anyway. So and we could actually do like that. Like, it could be an adaptation style song. So it could start off. It could start off as being about dogs, you know, about two dog cops, and then it could migrate somewhere else, and it could become, you know, it could be a song, like it could be. Although if we were to do that, then I'd want to change the vibe of the song. So like if it started off as kind of like, you know, it'd be fun to like start off as a kind of like folky song about here's two dogs and they're doing this thing, and then it kind of turns into a punk rock song, and then kind of turns into but that might be a little bit too difficult to pull off and do it in a way where it felt like an actual song. Like that would, yeah, that'd be a little bit too meandering. Two dogs from a shelter who are total failures at being cop dogs, and either eat or pee on their apprehended criminals. That's a hurtin' song. Yeah, so we do. So we could do a country. So in fact we could do like two. So we could actually make it kind of straight, but then not. Or we could make it. Or what about this? Two older dogs, sort of at the end of their days, kind of talking about stories, like two older dogs that used to be like cop canines, talking about the stories that the things that they both did. We could make it like a kind of country style folky tune that we could extend out for a very, very long time. And what could happen is the dogs start off with like these kind of like, because it's like one-upsmanship. They could start off with kind of normal stories, and then each story gets more and more ridiculous, you know, until it eventually gets, you know, like and I saved the moon from these moon bandits that were trying to take the moon, you know, and so we could do something like that. Starts the first time. So I would think. That's what I was imagining. They've been friends since pups. Yeah. I was thinking that it would be because, all right. So we don't. I mean, obviously we've got a song, right? So it's going to be 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes is like beyond 5 minutes, you're really pushing it, right? So the thing is, so you don't have a lot of time to tell a story, right? So we could do something like that, like rooster bat right there. So we could without having to get. In fact, I could probably get Boone. We could make this another duet. I could probably get Boone to sing on this one with me, and he and I could both play the role of individual dogs, and the dog could be talking about like, and it could start off with something like that. When I was a young pup, I saved the mail from the mailman, you know, and it could be something like that. And then Boone could be like, oh yeah, well one time I saved this bone from this other, I saved this bone from being savaged by this one dog, you know, and then it could keep getting more and more over the top and more ridiculous as they're talking about, you know, what they're doing until it, you know, and then what we could do is we could just have a short turnaround chorus, right? So it'd be like a, so, you know. That's the chorus. So it would just be like dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum bum, and that would just repeat over and over again, and then go back to the story. You know, and then go back. So we could do something like that, and that would give us a lot of runway to just write whatever stories we wanted. Yeah. And you could make it. In fact, and what you could do is you could make these dogs complete terrors, right? You know, but they're looking from the dog's perspective, they're actually doing a great job. You know. Well, the thing is this kind of song, Team String Cheese, doesn't really require a bridge, but I definitely do think that so for me, the way I write songs is I focus on the narrative, right? So I start with kind of an initial idea, which is what we're coming up with right now, and then I kind of figure out a chord progression that kind of fits the narrative. And then we start throwing in lyrics, and then kind of where the story goes kind of tells me what parts I need. So sometimes we need a pre-chorus, and that might be the case with this, you know. And sometimes we don't, and sometimes it's you know, like, and so the song. So it really depends on I don't try to prearrange the music. I start with the story, and I kind of follow where the story goes. Yeah, and of course, and all of those things are on the table. And we could actually have a barking, and actually I do think it would be awesome to have background vocals that are all barks and you know, like if we're gonna make it about dogs, I just think like that would be perfect, right? You know, like and that's your background vocals. So. Yeah. That's exactly right, Lenina. It could be cool to make callbacks to the prior chats. Oh yeah, and that's possible as well. So yeah, yeah, because well, I mean, yeah, that is that. Yeah. So okay, so yeah.
Release the hounds.
Yeah, and the thing is I mean, I would think that the whole thing would be we want to be a little bit rough around because if we're imitating dogs, right? Like obviously dogs don't sing. So my thinking would be we would occasionally let notes go flat or sharp. We'd like all of the background vocals would be like like it would just be, and so they might kind of harmonize, but kind of also not, you know, just so the whole thing kind of sounds real kind of pavements, you know, Archers of Loaf-esque, you know. So I like this idea. Is this cool with you guys? Is this shall we move ahead from this? Can we just get a general consensus? Sounds like fun? Okay, cool. All right. So now, all right. So 145. So if we're gonna make it a country song, if we're gonna make it like 145 is basically the most common country progression. But the thing is, and. So all right, so let's just play with the capo a bit and see if I think that. What do you guys think about that? I mean, yes. So obviously, Stephanie, when the lyrics are sung, well, you know, and really, truthfully, I don't know. I don't know because Boone, he's a country boy. He's from Texas, right? So he might actually have that. Like he might be able to do a real spot on Texas accent, right? Or dial up his own personal. I don't even think he really has an accent, but he's lived amongst it. So you know, oh. Well, yeah. Well, that's yeah. So I'll figure out the guitar arrangements. The thing is like I think right now, just throwing a little shuffle in it is enough to like. I'm not gonna really worry about how I'm manipulating the guitar at the moment. You know. Yeah. Thank you, Mary. And I think at this range, this will be good for like this is good for me, and I think will also be good for Boone because I know his voice is a little bit higher than mine. God damn it! You know it's crazy because Boone was just here today, or Boone just reached out to me today. He was like, hey man, we gotta like I miss hanging out with you. Let's hang out. And then he was like and I'd love to join you and hang out, you know, but really truthfully it would be difficult. It would be difficult to do this with another person here because I'm really collaborating with you guys. So, and that's kind of what I think is how it should be like. And then all right, so yeah, we'll figure it out. So all right, so okay, so okay, so let's stop. So all right, so what's the scenario? So if that's the basic, if that's just the rough sketch of kind of how it's gonna sound, so let me actually capture that. So we're gonna do capo 5, which is an E. I mean, which is an A, but that's fine. So come on, capo 5. It's gonna be so it's A. It's A D E. But let's do E and A and B for the shape. So okay. Oh yeah. Oh like. Yeah. Like. But once was once upon a time. Yeah. Oh, we should see if we can get the Big Voice J to once upon a time. Once no 1,000 years ago today. No, that wouldn't work. you know, something's, you know, like there are two dogs, two good friends, you know, nearing the end of their days, you know, sitting on a porch, thinking about, yeah. I thought it was some. We'll deal with the narration bit because you're right. I think that's a great idea, Stephanie. I'll definitely. But the thing is, because it's spoken, I don't really need to worry about what I'm playing exactly and how it cadences and all that stuff. It's just gonna be its thing, you know. So let's get into the meat of the song. But so it'll be so that there'll be so yeah. So I do think it'd be fun to have somebody like kind of like, you know, kind of talking about, oh, these, you know, these dogs and. Yeah. Amen. Yeah, and amen. I totally think so as well, Brian. So I'll reach out to him. Once, you know, like, so. But let's write the song first. Let's get all the lyrics down, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll write the intro, because the thing is that because the song itself will give us a sense of what we want to put in to introduce this, you know. So and we might be able to call back to some stuff like if there, you know, if there's like a if there's a like, it's like what's it called? Do you guys remember in Strawberry Shortcake? I'm aging myself and also explaining that I grew up with a lot of sisters. Strawberry Shortcake there was the son would say something. What was it? But you know. But anyway, there was. Oh yeah, peculiar purple pie man of Porcupine Peak. Then like but it was just the rat tat tat, you know, like all right, like every single time they said his name, Porcupine. Yeah, that kind of silliness, you know. But anyway, so let's see some. Well, so in terms of performance, I'm gonna leave that up to, if Boone's willing to do it, then I'm gonna leave that up to he and I to kind of figure out. So, but in terms of you're right. So okay. So I think is if we do want to get into them being old men, let's start off. I think we should start off. I think I do like that opening line that Rooster Bat that suggested. I like that one. The opening line of like when I was a pup, you know, like I saved the mail from the mailman, you know, like because I like the idea, like and then we can say like how like I do, yeah, no, that's exactly right, Brian. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, and I helped. Can I tell you how many squirrels I helped? You know, like get some serious exercise. You know, they're just sitting there. You know, they're not getting any running. You know, they're not getting any cardio. You know, so like. That kind of thing, you know, like looking from a dog's perspective, the things that they do that we all, you know, that drive us all nuts, you know, we find a way to flip that script and make it. But you know, that would be a great way to do it. I also think we could also go the route where they get more and more over the top ridiculous. And yeah, there could be an evil cat, like so. All right, but yes, but okay, but let's hang on to these ideas. Let's focus on the very first verse. So what are we gonna do? So how are we gonna introduce these? Like, so I definitely think it should be one. I should definitely think it should be one of the dogs speaks first. You know. And so because I definitely think that there should be something like the narrator sets it up, two old dogs, you know, whatever, and then he's like now let's listen in, you know, and then it should go into like right into the dogs are already in the middle of a conversation. So but the thing is like, so I definitely think I don't think that we want to do backstory. I definitely think that the whole thing needs to be action, right? So it starts off with action. This is what I did, and this is what I did in a way that the listener that knows anything about dogs goes, oh, that's really funny. They're saying that this is like this normal dog behavior. This normal dog behavior is you know so I like the squirrel thing, the mailman thing. Now again, we may not be able to come up with enough of these to actually propel us all the way through the song. So this might be just a starting point, and we might want to depart from this idea and start getting more and more ridiculous, because once we kind of walk into the realm of absurd, we are only limited by our imaginations. So so I think that it should be one of the I really do like the rooster bat idea. I really do like the rooster bat idea of, once I saved, did I ever tell you that time about, in fact we could, did I ever tell you that time about that time when I saved the mail from the mailman, or where I saved the mail from, maybe they don't even see him as a mailman, where I saved the mail from the, I don't even know, so this is kind of where this is now normally this is what, if I was doing this by myself, I would just follow this thread all the way through, but I'm inviting you guys to do it, and we don't really know just yet. Hopeless Pick. To me it's kind of it's a typical 1-4-5 country song. It's probably gonna be a little bit upbeat, but it could go sad, It could. I mean, the thing is, and I think we need to like. So let's. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, one of them could tell a story about a time that he lost a good friend to a thing of chocolate, to a chocolate bar. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start at the beginning. Yeah, I think so. I think so too, Bobcat. But I do think that if we start with like again I like the rooster bat idea of I like the idea of and what's that rooster bat? But I here, let me see. So where was that? 10, 11. Okay, so we're Book-a-Dig-a-Doom. Was it rooster bat? Oh yeah. There you go. When I was young, I saved the mail. I saved the mail from the mailman. Yeah, when I was young. So like yeah, I think it should be like something. And I have, and that yeah. Or we could. So we could do something like that. So it could be a finger pick tune, which we were good for the narrator. Okay, all right. So I definitely think we should start with. So it should be something like did I ever tell you? I think, but is there a different way? Is there? I recollect. Like. Is there if we're gonna make one of them a country dog, like there's gotta be country isms, I recollect the time when I was just And so you got to think about it from the perspective of you got to think about it from the perspective of two people actually talking and telling stories to each other, right? So it's got to be like, oh, hey man, ever tell you that one time that I did this crazy thing? Like, dude, you got to like trust me, man, it was ridiculous. So first off, this is what happened, you know, and then it's a real quick story. And then the other one goes, oh, really? That totally reminds me of a time when I did this, you know. So. Yeah, I think we've moved on, Bobcat. But that is yeah. So I recollect some time ago. I recollect not alone. I recollect 20 years. Well, the dogs don't live 20. Recollect, you know, something like that. Or I reckon. You know, like we need something in that vein. Oh yeah, of course they didn't marry. That's so disgusting. Not even wet hand, yeah. Hey, Insomniac, how you doing, man? So I mean, sorry, here. Okay, so we can do this. This is okay. So here, this is what I do. So I'll just go look at old country idioms. Old country. Do we? All right. So if this. All right. So hold on. So real quick. If this idea is awesome, but we're not really. Ideas are not popping. Then let's move to something else. Funny Southern sayings, Southern sayings, expressions, and slang. So let's just take a look at this. If this gets if it gets the wheel spinning, awesome, and then maybe otherwise maybe we move on. So, here's an expression I've never heard. That possum's on stump. That possum's on the hey Nakamura, hey, right on. They're cops, though, right? Well, I think we've moved. I think we've moved past the cops. I think we've moved. I think we moved past the cops. So I think it's just two. I think it's just two dogs. And Nakamura, welcome, but please use English. No, I don't speak. Is that Lej Mogun? Although governor. So, but hey, don't even sweat it, Insomniac. We've all been there, man. We've all been there. Okay, so there's so that possum's on the stump. His heart's a thumping gizzard. He's cold-hearted and cruel. His heart's a thumping gizzard. He's got a burr in his saddle. His knickers are in a knot. He's pitching hissy fit. Yeah, I've heard all these. Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't seem like this one is like ideas are really popping, guys. Normally when we do this, we've got a whole bunch of. No. So Mary, we were So the idea. So we were starting with a cops idea, and then we ultimately came down to the idea of two old dogs kind of sitting on a porch telling stories about the crazy shit that they were doing. You know, and from the perspective like something like this, like one of the dogs says, "Hey, did I ever tell you that one time I saved the mail from the mailman?" You know, and it's this horror story about him assaulting a mailman. You know, just get rid of him, guys, please, Bobcat. If he's not gonna pay attention, if he's not gonna listen, then screw it. Yeah, and yeah. So that's exactly right. So they're two old dogs reliving their glory days, and they. Oh, he's trying to talk about in Croatian. Okay, right on. Well, so yeah. No, it doesn't. It's not, well, so I'm thinking. I mean, obviously, it's guys. So we're gonna have, and we're gonna write the narration later. But it's gonna start off with a narrator. It's gonna start off with a narrator, kind of talking about you're back in the bayou country, whatever, something silly. There were two old dogs, near the sunset of their days. Sitting on a porch, reminiscing about better times. In fact. And in fact, we could say that the dogs are just fucked up, like missing eyes and limbs and fur and we could be and they could be like, did I ever tell you the time I lost my eye? Or did I ever tell you the time I lost my paw? And they could be these it got snapped off by a crocodile, and then it was the biggest crocodile anybody had ever seen. It was 300 feet long and it had teeth the size of those. So we could do something like that, and it could be two dogs kind of telling tall tales, and that might kind of open up the creative juices. That's what I thought, Lenina. But apparently doing the slow doing the kind of slow build is not working. So So the thing is I'd much prefer if you guys and welcome, Elix. How you doing, man? I'd much prefer if you guys were to come up with the lyrics, right? So I definitely think so. I'm thinking that we want so if we were to start with just straight tall tales, right? If we were to start with just straight tall tales, and so we start with like one of the dogs going. I'm like, did I ever tell you about the time that this actually kind of reminds me of this is all I left just was the grass, but that's just because of the time and the rhyme. I seem to recollect a time when I was was a brand new pet, and I found myself facing down a steer. It sounds like the boat song. That's it. Which is why I changed the. I seem to recollect when I was just a little pet and I found myself. Well, I was just thinking of the rhymes, but because I want you guys to write it. I'm but I'm just trying to give you ideas. I seem to recollect when I was just a little pet and I found myself facing down a steer. He was just a man. He was a mighty evil thing. Listen, nothing ever gonna be no sin or no. No, Insomniac. This 145 is like classic country, man, and we're gonna make this a classic country song. So. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to just start throwing out ideas, like we can find stuff that works and start iterating on it. I just need an idea. Or we can just do this at a different time, and I can go back to just playing music. Like whatever you guys want to do. But that's like found myself once upon a time last year I saw a girl racing down. Once upon a time last year I saw a girl So we haven't. We're at the very start. Insomniac. We're at the very start. And it's about two dogs. About two old dogs. It's about two old dogs, that are telling stories to each other. They're both kind of in their twilight years, and they're basically just they're sitting down and they're one-upping each other in terms of story. So the idea that Rooster Bat suggested was one dog's like, hey, I ever tell you about the time that I saved the mail from the mailman, right? And so the idea would be it would start there, and they would just keep getting bigger and bigger as they're trying to one up each other, So, and we could start with something like that. Never tell you about the time when I saw the sun. Never tell you about the time that I saw the man. Tell you about the time. But never tell you about. Never tell you about. That one time. Never tell you about. Here, let me start recording because I think I've got something. Never tell you about that one time I found myself and I said a man in mine, and I said to him, "We're gonna say the name." I said, "Hey, hey, hey," and I hope, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." I'm thinking of like the Far Side where what dogs are saying. It's just the dogs are going, "Hey, hey, 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 hey." It's just them saying hey to each other. So really truthfully, I mean, if I was writing a song, and I was putting it in a dog's perspective, I would probably sit down and think about, okay, well, what are these dogs? I would think about, like, what would these dogs call people, and how would these dogs like do they use the same language as we do? Or obviously they use a bunch of the same language we do, otherwise we wouldn't be able to understand it. But do they have a replacement words for for these? Like, so, water from the hose ain't gonna eat itself. Yeah. So, I'll tell you about the time last year when I'll tell you about the time last year when the man was just So we could okay, so yes, I mean, so because we could treat these. Yeah, I mean, all right. So this is I think this song is a little bit too advanced of a songwriting concept for us to be able to pull out. I think it's because it does require kind of coming up with an architecture of thought that basically kind of defines the way that the dogs interact with the world, and we kind of want to stay true to that. So like what do they call humans? Do they call them master? Do they call them my person? Do they call them what do they call cats? And do they call them cats? And do we have a different name for cats? And the thing is like, and all of these things have potential for humor, and all these things have potential for, but it also does require a lot of like backstory and consideration. And I think that this is probably not the kind of thing that we're, yeah. So ever tell you about the time last year when a person got something's here and I said no, I don't know what's right. So I said someone who died, I had some down, little soon to die, and I won't be. So that's so. I ever tell you about the time last year when my person. I do like my person. When I tell you about the time last Oh, my people. Yeah, so it'd be because it'd be like a family. It's they're so it'd be my people. Like, ever tell you about the time last year when my people were so what rhymes with year? Yeah, let's year. Ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer? And I ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer? And I showed up and I gave that deer what for. So it's something like that. Ever tell you about the time last year when ever tell you about the time last year when my people ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer? And I got in front of that deer, gave me. Actually, I like that. Here, let me. I like that the other section. Here, let me. Let's see. Okay, so this is it. Here we go.
I do like my person.
Tell you.
My people.
Tell you the time last year when my people got started.
My people.
Got started by Ever tell you about the time last year when my people got started by a great big deer? And I showed up and I gave that deer what for. Okay, so these are gonna get repaired, but I showed up and I gave that deer what for. And I stood my ground. I stood my ground and gave that deer. What for? So yeah, so something like that. So ever tell you about the time last year when people got started by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? And then there'd be another something that, and then of course the next dog would then tell a story that was a little bit more pronounced, Ever tell you about the time last year when the people got started by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? No worries, helpless pig. Okay, so here, so I think I like this. So if you guys want to interject, I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna keep working on this. If you guys, I'll keep paying attention to the chat. But if you guys want to interject ideas and stuff as I'm singing and doing this stuff, that's awesome. But I think I'm just gonna take the lead on the whole thing. Ever tell you about the time last year when my people got started by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? Deer was a great big buck. Deer, he was a great big buck with horns like razors and deer was a great big buck with horns like razors and what's an it could be ugh, it could be uck, it could be Deary was a great big buck with horns like razors and I'm only no worries. Like razors like razors that so yeah no you're right, much like sharp or sharp enough deer, he was a great big buck with horns like razors that something up in horns like razors that had tasted blood. Deer, he was a great big buck with horns like razors that had tasted blood. And but I stood him down. So ever tell you about the time last? Ever tell you about the
startled by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for. The deer he was a great big buck with horns like razors that had tasted blood, and there's something, you know, like. And an eye so evil, and an eye. Ever tell you about the time last year when the people got startled by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for. The deer he was a great big buck with horns like razors that had tasted blood, and an evil eye. An eye so evil, and an eye so evil, and an eye so evil. Ear deer 4, and I so evil. There you are, like a great big bug with horns like razor and taste of blood, and an eye so evil, evil. So, and I know, and I know to do right, and it's sending no sunlight. And I'm going bones and dome ba dome bound bound. There you go. And I know the dome bound. So, yeah, let me so. Did I ever tell you about the time last year when my people I don't the dome bound bound ba dum bound ba dum bound bum 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 ba dum bum. I grabbed a knife, prepared for battle, but when I bared my teeth, he don't skedaddle. I like it. I grab my teeth, I grab a knife, prepared for battle. But when I grabbed a knife, prepared for battle. I bared my teeth, and he done skedaddled. And that's yeah. No, I can make it work though. I like it. I grabbed my teeth and prepared for battle. I grabbed my teeth, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth, and made him skedaddle. Bared my teeth, made him skedaddle. Yeah. I will tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for. I ground my teeth, prepared for battle, bared my teeth, ground my teeth. I ground my. I growled. Hey, Lord Curtis, how you doing? Hey, Sarah, how you doing? There he was. Did I ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave the deer what for? I growled like mad, prepared for battle. I growled like mad, prepared for battle, because that's all the ass sounds. It's a lot of like. Growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. Growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. And something. Prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. And that night I ate nothing but steak. And down and boom boom ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum. And then that'd be the next guy. So maybe something like that. Let me just clip that. Let me get that. I like that little turn. I like the melody of that. Hey, Micaholic, man, how you doing, brother? I like that. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum. I like that. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum.
All right, so that's great. That's the little turn. That's bum ba dum bum ba dum bum bum. Yeah, this is gonna probably be a multiple session song because it's a pretty complicated idea. And thank you, Mechaholic. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Sorry, I'm now in the throes of songwriting. So thank you, brother. So ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave the deer what for? I growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle and do 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 do, and then ba-dum ba-da-dum dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. And then that would be that's that verse. In fact, I don't think we even need a chorus. I think we just keep going back and forth, just using this melody, and this is it's just a storytelling song. And I think it's ever tell you about the time last year when my people got started. Or maybe we throw something in a little bit later on, but ever tell you about the time last year when my people got started by a great big beer and I stood. A great big beer. Ever tell you that's a completely different story. Ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? I growled like mad and I prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle and so I made him skedaddle and then what? Yeah, it's a huge beer. Made him skedaddle. But not before. What? Okay, so what about if we just get into the tall tales right out the gate, right? So, but not before. Growled like man, prayed hair for battle, bared my teeth, made him skedaddle, but not before I had. Made him skedaddle. I barked so loud, I barked so loud, like I barked so loud, his bones did rattle, something like that. Grab my teeth, growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bit my teeth and made him skedaddle. I barked so loud, it made his bones rattle. Bit my teeth and made him skedaddle. Growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bit my teeth and made him skedaddle. You could hear the rattling of his bones till Wednesday. Grab my teeth, growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bit my teeth and made him skedaddle. You could hear the rattle in his bones till Wednesday. Bum ba dum dum dum, bum ba dum bum, bum ba dum bum bum bum. Okay, thank you. Growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bit my teeth and made him skedaddle. Hear the rattling of his bones till Wednesday. Could hear the rattling till Wednesday. All right, so yes, this is gonna be all right. So let me get this down. Grab my teeth. Growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. Could hear the rattling. Bared my teeth. Wait. Growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. Could hear the rattling of his bones. Okay. Bared my like mad, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. Could hear the rattling of his bones. I'm missing the cadence. Hey, watch this. Watch this, little jolly. Wait, I can't do it. Where'd it go? Boom. Thank you. Boom, boom, boom. Adios. It was got like man, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. Could hear the
Rattling of his bones. Oh, here, I got it. I growled like a man, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till Wednesday. The rattling of my teeth, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till Wednesday. Rattling of his bones could be, rattling of his bones could be heard. Rattling of his bones. Ground like man, prepared for battle. Let my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till Wednesday. It works, but it's not the best. Anybody have any suggestions? Ground my teeth. Ground like man, prepared for battle. Let my teeth and made him skedaddle. Yeah, but the thing is I'm doing an internal rhyme. Lord Curtis, because it feels a little too pat. Because the first three lines, so the first three lines go, did I ever tell you about the time last year when my playbook got started by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? So it's you got a rhyming couplet coupled with a third line that doesn't rhyme. So I want to maintain the integrity of that shape, but I do like the rattling, and so what I'm doing is I'm throwing the rattling in as an internal rhyme. So grab my hand, grab my man, prepared for battle. Bit my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones can be heard till Wednesday. Bum ba da dum dum bum 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 ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum. That would be So I think that would be. Well, how is Bones, dude? So the thing is like, so we don't want to end with rattle. It's too much the same thing. Our ears will get tired, but I do like the rattling I do like the rattling. But the thing is it can't end in rattle because we've got battle skedaddle. It feels it'll get a little too kind of too much of the same thing. Did I? Did I ever tell you about the time last year when my people got started by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? Ground like a man prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. Could hear the rattling of his bones. Rattling of his bones could be heard till next. Rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. I mean, it's a lot of syllables. The rattling of his bones could be. Rattling of his bones. Rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. It's just an internal rhyme, Elisa. It's you mean the so I mean so it's all like so it's like I don't know. Got like a man prepared for battle. Let my teeth made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones can be heard till next Wednesday. And ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-da-dum ba-bum bum bum. I mean, I like the. Can be heard till his. Well, I mean, I like the kind of non sequitur, like rattle till Wednesday. I like that kind of like non sequitur. I mean, if there's another non sequitur that you guys think fits better, but I bit my teeth, made him skedaddle. Rattle nose, I grabbed like a man, prepared for battle. Bit my teeth, made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones be heard till next Wednesday. Bum ba da dum bum bum. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 bum.
Yeah, so I think that's. Ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer and I stood in my ground. And so the thing is like so I don't know if they're now old dogs because I used last year. I mean maybe it could be his last, it could be his very last stand. That could be, you know. Oh, non sequitur. Non sequitur is something that kind of comes out of the blue. It's a complete like Monty Python humor is sort of non sequitur based, right? It's like you're like, you know, when nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, you know, like it's that kind of thing, you know, like so that, you know, like the, you know, it's something that it doesn't connect, and often and it's not usually there's non sequitur humor, but non sequitur does not necessarily mean humor. You can have non sequitur moments. You can have somebody that's rush into a place and be like, "Allah," and you're like, what a non sequitur, you know? It's just something that doesn't, yeah. So ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? I stood my ground, I growled like mad, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. Bum ba da dum bum bum, ba dum bum ba dum bum bum, bum ba da dum bum 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 bum. Yeah, and there was, okay, so my people were so pleased, they cheered and petted me. My people were so pleased, they cheered and petted me. Yeah, I like that. My people were so pleased that they. But I think there should be. I do like the. My people were so pleased, but it should be something. It should be something over the top that they give him, right? You know, my people were so pleased. People were so pleased. They gave me a bucket filled with cheese and side some bone, bum. You know, and then that, you know, so like the, yeah. People were so pleased. People were so pleased. People were so pleased. I got a. People were so pleased. I got a mountain range. People were so pleased. I got a mountain range of trees and bum 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 bum. Yeah, but yeah, that's, yeah, a bucket of cheese. I know, yeah. My people were so pleased. I got a bear. People were so cheesed. My people were so cheesed. People were so pleased. I got a. People were so pleased. I got a bucket filled with trees. Okay, let me get where we're at so far. So, ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? I growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle, and the rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. My people were so pleased to do the bum ba dum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum. So something like that. Okay, so my people were so pleased. My people were so pleased. They gave me. People were so pleased. They gave me. People were so pleased. They gave me. What's? I mean, it's gotta be something. So I prefer if it was something specific, right? I like what kind of treat? Like so we call them treats, but like it's like people were so pleased. They gave me a chicken coat. The people were so pleased. They gave me. People were so pleased. They gave me chicken sings and pre. You know, people were so pleased. They gave me like so. But again, think soul food, right? So, people were so pleased. I like a bucket of chicken wings because you don't give dogs chicken wings. The people were so pleased. They gave me a. People were so pleased. They gave me a. But the meat. People were so pleased. They gave me a bucket. Give me. chicken stuffed with. The people were so pleased they gave me chicken stuffed with cheese. And okay, all right, okay, yeah, chicken fricassee. Yeah. The people were so pleased they gave me chicken fricassee with a garnish of. Yeah, it could be like wait, what? They get it could be like a really nice meal. Chicken were so pleased they gave me chicken fricassee with a garnish of onion garnish of aioli something garnish of something aioli. My people were so pleased they gave me a chicken fricassee and a garnish of bacon just for me. Grease, yeah, bacon aioli, yeah. My people were so pleased they gave me chicken. People were so pleased they gave me chicken fricassee with a garnish of bacon aioli. The garnish, chicken. My people were so pleased they gave me. People were so pleased they gave me chicken fricassee, slathered in bacon, slathered in something of bacon grease. Yeah. Hold on, let me just get my people were so pleased. My people. So we're writing a song about two old dogs that are going to get into a battle of one-upsmanship stories and get more and more ridiculous. Retro Roadshow. So my people were so pleased, they gave me chicken fricassee. Chicken fricassee. My people were so pleased they gave me chicken fricassee. My people were so pleased they gave me chicken fricassee. Chicken fricassee. Yeah, that's the right melody. My people were so pleased. Oh yeah. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits. So yeah, how are we chicken? I liking. People were so pleased they gave me chicken. Oh, like chicken. But yeah, you're right. But how do we? So how do we get? People were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. Oh yeah, people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. And I shat on the floor. I don't know. People were so pleased they gave me bacon. People were so pleased they gave me. People were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. Bum, 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 bum. People were so pleased they gave me. People were so pleased they gave. People were so pleased they gave me. People were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. So yeah, so I mean, I like the biscuits and gravy. Does that work for you guys, or do we want to go chicken fricassee, or something else? People were so pleased. My people were so pleased they gave me. People were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. Okay. All right. So let's just. People were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy, the kind with the sausage, kind with the little sausage bits. People were so pleased they gave me biscuits. So I think that this is what we do. So whenever we get to this turnaround, bum ba dum bum bum ba dum ba bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum. that turnaround is always going to be the reward that they got for, and the rewards will get bigger as the things keep getting bigger. Okay, so that way we've got two running themes. So. But people and hold on to these ideas, hold on to these like so, but because we can use them later. But people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. Now we need some last coda. What goes well with biscuits and gravy? And bum 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 da da dum bum. Ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? Growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle, and the rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy, and a dose of diabetes. Dose of diabetes. Yeah, that's. People were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. And a breakfast. Wait, let's see. People were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a breakfast sausage all my own. But people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a breakfast sausage all my own. Yeah, me too. I all mine. Okay, so, all right. So this is the first verse. I'm just gonna get the first verse down. So, I ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave the deer what for? I growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle, and the rattling of his bones could be heard till Wednesday. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a breakfast sausage all my own. I gotta get that. Hold on, I gotta get that. No. Hold on. Growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard. Rattling of mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be. I think next I think rattle it could be the rattling of his bones be heard till Wednesday, but I think next rattling of his bones be heard till next Wednesday. I think next Wednesday is actually, even though there's more syllables, I think it feels better. Grab my teeth, grab like mad, grab like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy, a breakfast sausage all my own. Yeah, all right. So yeah, and a breakfast sausage all my own. I like it. All right. So it's two dogs. It's two dogs that are talking to. They're engaged in a battle of one-upsmanship, and it's gonna keep getting more and more ridiculous. All right. All right. So let me just get that all one more time. Did I ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? I growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a breakfast sausage all my own. Okay, now, yeah. So I mean, we will get to hot fudge sundaes and stuff like we will get to things that are more ridiculous. Although we might want to make it more dog centric, but we'll see. But like so, all right. So now his buddy's gonna retort, right? So we got him staring at a deer. So I mean, do we want to have him staring down, a bear? Do we want to have him taking down So I mean, I think at some point in time we should have one of them take deal with a shark. I think that'd be awesome. We visited the beach. Yeah, a bull moose. Yeah, we can do a bull moose. Oh, I see. Wednesday and Sunday. Oh, I see.
My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a Sunday all my own. And a Sunday with sprinkles on my own. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a Sunday with sprinkles on my own.
What do you think? Or breakfast sausage, or we can do Sunday with sprinkles, and then you get the Sunday Wednesday connection. Yeah. Amen, Alina. There you go. That's exactly right. Well, and they won't really be able to identify what they are, but they'll be like these little green men from, land shark. Yeah, that works. Cougar. Yeah. So what do you guys? Shall we do Sunday with sprinkles or breakfast sausage? So one is a little bit more. One sets up the ridiculous a little bit more. Yeah, the mailman was the thing that started this whole idea of Retro Roadshow. Rooster Bat suggested that he was like talking about the dogs, and Mary was talking about the dogs. He was saying like one dog's talking to the other and saying like, ever tell you that time I saved the mail from the mailman, All right, so we got 2 votes for breakfast sausage.
And my people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a breakfast sausage on my own.
All right, so yeah, the breakfast sausage keeps it within the realm of reality, and then we'll just kind of amp it up because we can keep these conversations going and ad infinitum, right? So all right, so let's see. So what's the next? So do we want to have him facing down a cougar? Do we want to have him facing down a sausage? Yeah. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a sausage party on my own. Yeah, we could keep throwing in like sexual innuendo that you're like, there's no way a dog knows what he's saying, right? That we could do that. A sausage party, we could do that. That would be fun. That would be fun to like think about all the different ways we could throw in sexual innuendo without the dogs actually like without it being the dogs. No, but yeah, you've been. Yeah.
My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a sausage party on my own. But I'm about to ever tell you about the time last year when my people got started by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave that deer a what for. I growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a sausage party on my own.
Yeah, Sue hates the. All right, let's go sausage party. And then yeah, vacuum. Yeah, we could do the vacuum. Yeah, and Dear Respirator, I don't think it really matters for this song. I don't think we're really trying to root it in the reality. Yeah. Me too. So that's. And I think if we can keep throwing those things in. So we could have the next dog. The next dog could be talking about that one thing, the one thing in the house that fucking gobbles up everything. That it sounds like
Know that thing in the house. Know that thing that we. You know that thing that we both. Know that thing that we both quite hate. That makes a sound that drives us insane, and it's gonna sing and gobbles up everything around the room. Well,
When my person wasn't looking well, I took it down and I tore it apart, and its guts spilled out, and its guts were all nothing but dust. And my people were so pleased they gave me, a terrible whipping, and that is. I wasn't recording any of that. God damn it! All right, so yeah, so do we want to have him going up against I mean, this is like if he's going up against a vacuum cleaner, no matter what he does to it, it's gonna obviously. I mean, well, I guess he could stare it down. I guess he could bark it down or something. And my people, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The dog barked until its person like put it in in its cage, and they were that. My people were so pleased. People were so pleased they gave me something. My people were so thrilled they gave me something and some bills. And so yeah. All right. So what do we want for the what do we want to go for? Roomba. I mean, if we can figure out a way to turn that into lyrics, Mary, I'm willing to do it. Wasn't so long ago. One day I barked and then So what do we want to do? Ever tell you about the time last year when the people got started by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave the deer what for? I growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared no teeth and made. Or what we could do, right? What we could do is it could be a country dog and it could be a city dog, and so we could have the country dog talking about all of these crazy things that he deals with: cougars and bears and deer and moose and mises, and then the city dog could be like, oh yeah, I dealt with a fucking vacuum, man. Have you ever dealt with a vacuum? Vacuums are fucking terrible, you know. Oh yeah, I had a fucking like the delivery guy. The delivery guy came up and almost delivered something, and I barked him down. Like he will not even go in. He will not even go near the house, you know. And so we could do something like that, you know. And so yeah, and and I chase yeah. Yes, yeah. So I have seen Green Acres. I mean, not in a long time, but I used to watch it when it was in reruns when I was a kid, man. So do we could do that? You guys want to do that? So we could do country dog versus city dog, and they're both Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah. And that's like you fight bears, and bears are scary. But let me tell you, the fucking vacuum, like that thing's yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Right. Well, then let's do that. Then let's do. All right. I see what you're saying. All right. So yeah. Then let's do the vacuum then. Yeah. Let's do. Tell you about the time last year when the people got so done bad. So we got all right. So we got to start it off with. That sounds scary. That sounds scary, but let me. That sounds scary, but let me say that there's one thing that you never. That sounds scary. That sounds frightening, but let me. So we got to start with like, all right. Well, that sounds pretty frightening, my friend. But vacuum takes. But that sounds frightening because again, it's a conversation. So the first one's dog starts off. Did I ever tell you that one time? My people, you know. That sounds frightening. That sounds pretty frightening, my friend. But I sing no. That sounds pretty frightening, my friend. But I saw that there's a thing that would. There's a thing that's. Well, the thing is I don't think because they don't read, right? I think because they don't read, I would try to leave those kinds of. I mean, I want to maintain some veneer that that they're actually animals, you know. And so, but the thing is, so I think. Oh yeah, you're right. You're entirely right, Mary. I would like to be like, you know, like describe it, you know, describe the thing that runs around, that makes a terrible noise and runs around the, you know, runs around their place. Some, you know, come up with something like that, you know, like something that it just gobbles up everything, you know. And it eats everything. Yeah, and like yeah, it's like you hear it sound, and you got to be careful because you never know where it's gonna show up. Yeah, like that, something like that, you know, like that's. Well, I think let's start with the vacuum. So that sounds. So I think it should be. So it's that sounds frightful. That sounds pretty frightful, my friend. That sounds pretty frightful, my friend. But it sounds pretty frightful. That sounds pretty frightful. But you know, like so that sounds pretty frightful. But I got that sounds pretty scary, man. That sounds pretty scary. That sounds scary. That sounds pretty terrifying. But that's soon dying. That sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you, that sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you. A story about that sounds pretty terrifying. Let me tell you, that sounds pretty terrifying. Let me tell you a story about that sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying. That sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying. When you hear that, I like that. Okay, so that sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying. Me. Let me tell you about it. That sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against a thing called a vacuum. You know, something like that. Well, that sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying. The time I went up against a vacuum. This thing, it has no teeth at all, but it gobbles up everything. It gobbles up everything. Gobbles up. That sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying. The time that I went up against the fearsome vacuum. Yeah. That's that sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you about that sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. I like it. Vacuum. But that sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. Vacuum is a scary shark with a long skin. Yeah. Vacuum is a scary shark. You see. Vacuum is a scary shark. You see, with a long skinny tail. Yeah. That's the.
That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went. Let me tell you, that sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. This thing it makes a horrible. Yeah, I think we should talk about the noise. Like what kind of like this thing it makes and this thing it makes and it makes an awful noise and it's got a light and it makes an awful noise and this thing it makes a horrible roar. Yeah, I like that. It roars. This thing it roars like a thunderstorm and I like that. Retro. This thing it roars like a thunderstorm, or the vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. Yeah, when I went up against it, here's some vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, and I like this. So the vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, and then it's something and down and bam, do. Yeah. So the vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. Well, that sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It sings, vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It gobbles up, it eats everything. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It eats everything. It eats. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It's never done eating, and the vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It's never done eating. It all. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It never done eating. It always needs more, and it eats. And the vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It never. Vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It never stops eating. It always wants more, and it's kid. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. It never stops eating. It always wants more, and it's something and something. Yeah. I think vacuum roars like a hurricane. It eats everything that gets in its vacuum roars like a hurricane. It eats everything that gets in its way, and it never stops eating. It never. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. Oh yeah, you're right, because we do have to. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, but I vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, but I barked so loud, I barked until it vacuum roars like a hurricane. But I barked like mad till it went away. Vacuum roars like a hurricane, but I barked like mad till it went away. And yeah. So I think I like that. I like so. The vacuum roars like a hurricane, but I barked so fierce that it went away, So vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, and I was brave and barked some more in the vacuum. Oh yeah, okay, all right. So yeah, I like that too. All right, so let me see. So the vacuum roared like a thunderstorm, but I was brave and barked some. I was brave, but I bravely barked. What else? Vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. Bravely I barked. That sounds pretty terrifying. Let me tell you a story that almost died when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm. stood my ground. But I no, it roars like a thunderstorm, but I wouldn't be dismayed. But it roars like a thunderstorm, but I wouldn't be dismayed now. Vacuum roars.
So I definitely think that the city dog should have a little bit of a more erudite vocabulary than the country dog. But that sounds pretty terrifying. But let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, but I stood adamant. And the vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, but I stood roars like a thunderstorm, but I the vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, but I bark ferocious and vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, but I bark ferocious and bark some more, and that insatiable thing went back to its. So that sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you, that sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, and I bark ferocious and bark some more, and that. I bark ferocious and bark some more, and that insatiable thing, that insatiable monster ran away. My people were so. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. Vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, but I bark ferocious and bark some more, and that insatiable monster. Insatiable monster. That insatiable monster. He was cowed. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you. That sounds pretty terrifying. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying. Went up against the fearsome vacuum. Vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, but I bark ferocious and bark some more, and that insatiable monster, he was cowed. My people were so pleased, they gave something up to me. So, what do you guys think? Yeah. My people were so pleased they gave me chicken fricassee. That makes sense. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee. Straight out of the can. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee. Straight out of the can. It's like, my people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee. Straight from the can. No, that sounds pretty terrifying. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story. That sounds pretty me tell you a story about almost dying when I... There's something. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. Vacuum rose like a thunderstorm, but I barked ferocious and barked some more. And that insatiable monster, he was cowed. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee straight from the can. Yeah, probably. That's the idea. That's the idea is that the city dog is going to keep. Well, the city dog is and I think that if we set it up if we set it up that both dogs respect each other, like oh yeah, well of course, like that the vacuum sounds terrible, and then and then the city dog's like, yeah dude, that bear, man, that sounds like a crazy adventure. But let me tell you about let me tell you about the mailman. He shows up every day, and I have to fucking scare this guy off. Otherwise, yeah. Yeah. But the thing is like, so I think that should it be actual chicken fricassee, or should it be that he believes it's, or he calls it chicken fricassee, but it's actually just dog food from a can. What do you guys think? Oh. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Is it the Ketcho at Twitch? Am I pronouncing that correctly? But thank you. Chicken fricassee. Oh yeah. You were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee. By the name of Petty. Yeah, free from a can. But the people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee from a can-laid pedigree. People were so free they fed me. My people were so pleased they fed me. My people were so pleased they fed me my. Yeah, that's. Yeah. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee straight from the can. So tough. I. Never tell you about the time last year when my people got started by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave the deer what for. I growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a sausage party all my own. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roared like a thunderstorm, but I barked ferocious and barked some more. And that insatiable monster, he was cowed. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee. Now can we throw a sexual innuendo in here somewhere? My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee. Yeah. What's a sexual innuendo? Because if we're gonna do the sausage party, then we should have a sexual innuendo right here, right? So my people were so pleased. The people were so pleased. Yeah. My people were so pleased they gave. The people were so pleased they gave me a bone. People were so pleased they gave me freaking chain fricassee, and then I polished my bone. Yeah, that's. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee, and then I polished my bone. All right. Okay. There you go. Right there. You go. And then let me wait. No, my people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee, and then people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee, and let me polish my bone, and let me polish my bone. People were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee, and let me polish my bone. Okay, now, so this is the thing. So to me, the song seems to suggest that we want a chorus right here, right? It definitely, I definitely don't think that going back, like, which I thought when we first started, I thought we could just keep doing this ad infinitum. But to me, it feels like it would be a little bit too much of the same, you know. Ever tell you about the... So we need a... So I'm thinking we need a chorus. Now the thing is, like, I kind of think the chorus should be Dog's Life. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, the thing is, again, I don't like to name things until we're done with them because sometimes I mean, so yeah, so let's well, the thing is, and I kind of think that it would be cool if we could have a chorus where both dogs are like, you know, like tip of the hat to each other, like we're both two tough dogs that deal with, you know, like you know. Like they take care, like kind of like we both take care of our people in different ways, you know. But there should, like, it definitely seems like there should be this kind of like this like the country dog doesn't realize like the city dog, from what his explanation, it definitely sounds like what he's facing is equal to what the country dog's facing, right? And so it seems to me that both dogs would be like, hey man, yeah, we're hard bitten fighters. We're flea-bitten fighters, yeah, like, you know. So. That's my bite's actually, we could invert that. My bite's bigger. My bite's bigger than my bark. You know, because it's gonna be there. You know, or it could be something. It could be something like I don't waste my barks. You know, and I can see neither do you. Yeah, go bite your bark. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee and let me polish my bone. So, that sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, and I barked ferocious and barked some more, and that insatiable monster, he was cowed. My people were so pleased, they fed me chicken fricassee and let me polish my bone. Bum,
it's not very tough. It's not so rough. Being this tough, ain't it, bud?
Something like that.
Well, it's not so hard. It's not so hard. Patrolling the yard.
Something like
It's not so rough. Being this tough, ain't it, bud? No, it's not so hard. It's
well, no. I mean, the thing is so I'm thinking that like if they're saying something kind of celebratory about each other, like they're both like, yeah, we're two tough dogs, like we're both, like,
it's not so tough. It's not so tough, or it's not so rough. Being this tough, ain't it, bud? No, and then it's not so bad. It's not so hard. It's not so hard. It's not so hard. Don't be alarmed that we're so. It's not so rough that we're so tough, ain't it, bud? And then it's. Don't be alarmed that life has made us hard, ain't it?
yeah. So so something like that,
It's not so rough. Being this tough, ain't it, bud? No, don't be alarmed that we're so goddamn hard, alright. Don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard.
yeah, and then we can have
No, it's not so rough. Being this tough, ain't it, bud? No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard,
something like that.
Muff. No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard. Damn hard.
Ain't it, Buff? Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm just trying to think of like a.
It's not so rough. Being this tough, ain't it, bud? No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard. Ain't it? Oh, it's. Ain't it?
No, yeah, hold on.
So no, it's not so rough being this tough. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it? Ain't it, Joe? No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard,
So something like that. Like so here you go. So
don't. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, Joe? No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard,
and now we can go back to the.
Did I ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great?
Oh no, and then I think we should have the. And then do that a couple times, and then
I will tell you about the time last year,
and then we go into the next verse. So
It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it?
Now, we don't have to do Joe. It could be. The thing is like, but I think that the country dog should have. Well, what's a city challenge that he faces that the country doesn't? Then work. Well, no. I'm. This is. Well, it's not so rough being this tough, ain't it? Other dog. Well, no, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard. Response, and then we go back. So it's just a little turn. This is like a chorus. Like this is like a chorus section, or maybe it's just a turn. You know, like depending on how you want to qualify it. But what about if you have a guy singing like on television and he tries and mocks it like a singing reply, like a backing vote? Well, the thing is, I mean, I think I was thinking it'd be fun to like have you know, Boone and I making up silly dog howls for the instrumental turns, you know. Ever tell you about the time last year that when people got startled by a great big deer and I circled back around? What's that? Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, certainly we could, but I want it to be out. Like the thing is, I want it to represent a doggish kind of thing. You know, the thing is, just like, I mean, this has to be the way dogs think about each other, right? Like they're like, you know, like they gotta be like, they're like, hey man, you're a dog, I'm a dog. It's great, we're dogs, we're both dogs. It's awesome. Hey man, this is great. It's great, we're dogs. Yeah, and it's Spike. Yeah. So it's not so rough. It's not so rough. Being's tough, ain't it, Spike? No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard. You. So it's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, Butch? No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard. Now pass the cush. Hey, Plebe, how you doing, man? It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it? Ow. No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard, my pal. Don't be dismayed. Don't. Well, no. Well, the thing is, they're both saying like good on us. We're both kick ass. Like we're both tough. You know, we're both. You know. So don't. It's not so rough being tough, ain't it, Butch? Don't be dismayed. We can. Don't be dismayed. We're as hard as. Don't be dismayed. It's not so rough. Being this tough, ain't it, Rover? No, don't be alarmed that we're so damn hard now bend over. Oh God. Ain't it, pup? Yeah, it's don't be. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, pup? No, don't be. No, ain't it, pup? I like ain't it, pup, and then yeah, we're tough as nails. I like that. Ain't it, pup? I like that. We're tough as nails. I like we're tough as nails. We're tough as nails. Bum 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 ba da dum bum But yeah, it should be a figure. It should actually sound melodic. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, pup? Oh, we're tough as nails. We never get derailed. We're tough as nails. Oh, we've never been spayed, and we're always getting laid. We're tough as nails. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, pup? We're tough as nails. We're tough as nails. And the one thing that, it never, and when you waste on the scales, and with something like, and when put upon the scales, oh, when put upon the scales, we're tough as nails. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, pup? And put on the scales, we're tough. We're put on the scales. We're tough as nails. Going to the rails. Going to the rail. Like that's going to the war. Going to the mattress kind of thing. We're tough as nails. Going to the rails. Never tell you about the time this you and my people got stoned. We're tough as nails. Hold on one second. I'm good, tough as nails, going on the rails. I like, maybe, yes, I'm going, we're tough as nails. We're tough as nails, running off the, we're tough as nails, running off the rails, That means that's your, you're behaving crazily, but that might be like they could be thinking of themselves as like tough, like we're crazy people. We're tough as nails, running off the rails, And, it's nuts. We fight. We're even fight on our tails. We'll fight on our tails. We're tough as nails. We'll fight on our tails. So I like the but yeah, I don't think we're tough as nails. We're tough as nails, and we'll eat all the snails. We're tough as snails. We're tough as nails. We're tough as nails. We're tough as nails. We're We're tough as nails. And we never fail. So something about failing. We're tough as nails. We're something's on the fails. We're tough as nails. There's something. We're tough as nails. The sun said, tough as nails. Don't need to chase our tails. But yeah, I mean that ends up being a little too cutesy pie, right? I mean, because I do like this song is it's silly and kind of over the top, but it's also kind of endearing, right? It's like these two dogs are like, they're kind of fucking, they're like fuck yeah, man, we're the fucking tough dogs, like we're the old tough dogs. That's right. It's not so rough being
this tough, ain't it, pup? Oh, we're tough as nails. Let the others chase their tails. We're tough as nails. Let the others chase their tails. Anything about that? We're tough as nails.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? I have exorcised the demons.
That's actually scared the crap out of me, Mary. I didn't show it, but it scared the crap out of you. All right, all right, so, we're tough. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, pup? Oh, we're tough as nails. Let the others chase the tails. Ever tell you about the time last year when people got. All right, so now we need the next. Oh yeah, and then we're gonna do the dog. All right, so let me get this. Let me get this little turnaround. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, pup? Oh, we're tough as nails. Let the others chase the tails. And then so yeah, so and we'll and it's I think we'll just do this. Bum 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 bum. Cause that green. You know, like. So yeah, so yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that. Bum 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 bum. Actually, you know, that could actually be. I could actually sing that. Bum 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 bum. And then the background we could have the dogs trying to match it, but bum 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 bum. Alright, so let me just get that. So bum 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 ba-da-dum. Bum 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 ba-da-dum. And then what I'll do is that will actually, so that little. And then the bum 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 will be going under like low underneath the initial narration. Underneath the initial narration, I wonder if Sam Elliott's available. And then we'll kick into the song, and then the second time like the bum 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 shows up, then the dogs will alongside it. And then all right, so let me go grab a Coke real quick, and then I'll come back and we'll continue on. 1 second.
One wedding cake.
Good boy.
2 chocolate cream pies.
Or did you eat your food? Did I feed you again? God damn it. I'm not certain if I fucking fed him again. Well, fuck. I don't remember if I fed him. He wants his chicken fricassee. Yeah, he is a city dog, but he should be a country dog. He's like 150 pounds now. He's a fucking giant. Sue, come here. Come here. Come on, bud. I think he hurt his leg coming up the staircase a few days ago. Come on, bud. Come here. Come on. Come here. Sue, come. Yeah, he's limping. He's limping a little bit. I'm sorry, buddy. Good boy. Yeah, I think he hurt his leg, but like he's a fucking giant. He's just
3 birthday cakes.
he's like yeah, they are, Mary, and yeah, he's good boy, buddy. Thank you, puppy. I'm glad you're here. I think he hurt his leg. I think that's slowing him down. It sucks. I can't talk to him. But I think his right back leg is hurt. All right, so okay. So what do we have? What do we have the country dog face again? Ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave the deer what for? Growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared no teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones be heard till next Wednesday. Could be heard. I forgot heard in there. Hold on. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a sausage party all my own. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, and I barked ferocious and barked some more, and that insatiable monster, he was cowed. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee and let me polish my bone. It's not so rough, it's not so. Oh, it's not so rough, being the stuff, ain't it, pup? Oh, we're tough as nails, let the others chase the tails. And I forget that, which is why I record it. And then bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. There we go. All right. So, okay, cool. So, all right. What are we doing next? So what do we want? What do we want the country dog to be up against? If you guys don't start throwing out ideas, I'm just gonna say a fire-breathing dragon, and we're gonna have to deal with that. what like fire? Oh, he can be up against fireworks. Cougar. So My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a sausage party on my own. My people. Yeah, so at the very end, we should definitely do that 2 or 3 times. The very last one should maybe we can have them both like do the like maybe. Yeah. Fire. I mean. Although I think that yeah, I think that the way this song works, right, is you have the country dog up against real threats, or at least like things that might be like, you know, like obviously he's up against a big buck. In fact, he's up against a big buck, you know, kind of like, you know, and startles the family, and he's like fuck you, get away, you know, and the deer runs away, and then the city dog is up against a vacuum, you know, but both dogs are like, fuck yeah, man, we're good protectors of our people, you know. So I definitely think that this, I mean, but maybe what we do, yeah, maybe because deer aren't like, you know, deer aren't life threatening, like they're not predators, you know, so maybe we put him up like against a raccoon or something, you know, or something else, or maybe like a cow, you know. So maybe we make them both. Maybe we make them both like kind of up against silly things. A skunk, yeah. Never tell you, there was a time not too long ago. Was a time not too long ago when I cut them. Was a time not too long ago when I ran across a creature that's. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Let's do skunk. Let's do skunk. Have you ever seen a creature? Have you ever seen a creature of black and white? It's got. Have you seen a creature of black and white? It's got. Have you seen black and white? It's got black on the sides and a big white stripe, and the thing is. Have you ever seen a creature of black and white? It's got black on the sides and a big white stripe, and it smells like. See, dogs like assholes. I can't say it smells like asshole. They'd be like, oh, that's great. Ever seen a creature that's? Have you ever seen a creature that's black and white? Have you ever seen a creature that's black and white? It's got black on its sides and a big white stripe, and it smells something fierce. Smells something fierce. Smells something fierce and smells something fierce and smells something fierce and smells something fierce and yeah. Smells like puke. Smells like puke. It smells like puke. But dogs eat puke, right? So like, yeah. So it's. You ever seen a creature that's black and white? It's got black on the sides and a big white stripe, and it smells something fierce and smells something fierce. There's something fierce it'll make you vomit. I like. Okay, so yeah, maybe we can do that. So, cause it will. Yeah, cause they will make you puke. You ever smell it? You ever see a creature of black and white? Black on its sides. And a big white stripe. But the thing is that I think that dogs would like the smell of rotting assholes. Have you ever seen them roll around in like a fucking corpse? Those that like smells. But they don't like skunks, because skunks, the smell is just way too potent. I mean, their noses are so sensitive, right? It smells something fierce. And make you vomit. You ever seen a You ever seen a creature ever seen a creature of black and white with it? Have you ever seen a creature with black? Have you ever seen a creature of black and white with black on the sides and a big white stripe? It smells something fierce and will make you vomit. I ran upon one. I encountered one of these one day. It was. I encountered one of these one day. I barked and barked. And it sprayed and sprayed. I encountered one of these one day. I barked and barked and it sprayed and I have to say it was quite horrible. My people weren't so pleased, they kept me outside. People weren't so pleased, they kept me outside too. People weren't so pleased, they left me outside to freeze. You ever seen a creature of black and white with? You ever seen a creature of black and white with black on the sides and a big white stripe? Smells something fierce and will make you vomit. Will make you. Vomits. And will empty your stomach. Smells something fierce. Have you ever seen a creature of black and white with black on the sides and a big white stripe? And a big white stripe smells something fierce and will make you. You ever seen a creature of black and white with black on the sides and a big white stripe? It smells something fierce and will make you vomit, vomit. I encountered one of these one day. I barked and it sprayed and I ran back. And I have to say, it was quite. Okay. I encountered one of these one day. I barked and it sprayed and I have to see. It was horrible. My people weren't so pleased. Ever seen a creature of black? Ever seen a creature of black and white with black on the sides and a big white? So I mean, the thing is like, so because yeah, the thing is like I don't for some reason I don't. I think that's not bad. Let me see. Ever seen a creature? But how is it? I met a creature in the dead of night. I met a creature in the dead of night with fur black and a stripe of white. Smelled something fierce and smelled something. Yeah. So all right. So let me see. No. It's. I'm so sorry to hear it, Kira. But are you seeing the doctor soon? Are you seeing the dentist soon? I met a creature in the dead of night. Once I met a creature in the dead of night. With fur of black, and a stripe of white, Smelled something fierce and made me vomit. Smelled something fierce, so bad. Smelled something fierce, smelled so fierce, it made me. Two teeth. Oh, you're having two teeth. Oh, wow. Wow, man. Yeah, brother. Well, hopefully they get you sorted out, man. Once I met a creature in the dead of night with fur so black and a stripe of white. Once I met a creature in the dead of night with. Once I met a creature in the dead of night with. Once I met a creature in the dead of night with fur black and his. Once I met a creature in the dead of night. He was clad. Once I met a creature in the dead of night. He had fur. Okay, that's once I met a creature in the dead of night. He had fur of black and a stripe of white. He smelled so fierce it made me vomit. Smelled so fierce. Jesus, man, I'm sorry to hear it. If you see one, you should. If you see one, you should. Once I met a creature in the dead of night, fur black and a stripe of white. He smelled so fierce that it made me vomit. If you should find one on your way, well, you should buy. The vomit he did bomb. The vomit he did bomb away. So I barked and he sprayed and sprayed. It should be it. I met a creature in the dead of night. It had fur black. It had fur black and stripe of white. It smelled so fierce and made me vomit. With the vomit he did bar my way. So I barked and it sprayed and I have to say it was. Once I met a creature in the dead of night. It had fur black and a stripe of white. And it smelled so fierce that it made me vomit. That vomit he did. With the vomit he did bar my way. So I barked and it sprayed and I have to say. Okay, well, what's up, Sue? Once I met a creature in the dead of night. It had fur black and a stripe of white. It smelled so fierce that it made me vomit. The vomit he did bar my way. So I barked and it sprayed and I have to say it was quite. No misery. People. I have to see it. Once I met a creature in the dead of night. It had fur black and a stripe of white. It smelled so fierce that it made me vomit. It smelled so fierce that with a vomit he did bar my way. So I barked and it sprayed and I have to say it was quite the misery. All right, Mary. Yeah, you have a. My people weren't so pleased. They bathed me daily for a week, and now I sleep out here. Yeah. That's all right. So, that's actually great. Hold on. So, my people weren't so pleased. They bathed me once a week. And now I think it should be I think it should be out here. I think it should be where they're kind of and then what we can do is the city dog can do his thing. Like the city dog like bit the mailman or something, and then he was actually sent. And then they're both sort of he was sent out to like he was given away, and now he's in the country, and he's like, well, we're both and they're so. It's not so rough. Being this tough, ain't it, pup? Oh, we're tough as nails. Let the others chase the tails.
others chase the tails.
And then what's that? Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Once I met a creature in the dead of night. It had fur black and a stripe of white, and it smelled so fierce that it made me vomit. Well, the vomit he did bar my way, so I barked and it sprayed, and I have to say it was quite the misery. My people weren't so pleased they bathed me. People weren't so pleased they had my people weren't so pleased they bathed me. 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 People weren't so pleased they bathed me 3 times a week. And now I sleep out here. Weren't so pleased they bathed me. Bathed me daily for a week. Bathed me daily. Bathed me daily for that's right. They bathed me daily. Bathed me daily for a week. Daily. I just figured daily for a week. And now I sleep out here. And then, alright, so once I met a creature in the dead of night. It had fur black and a stripe of white, and it smelled so fierce that it made me vomit. Well, the vomit he did bar my way, so I barked and it sprayed, and I have to say it was quite the misery. My people weren't so pleased. People weren't so pleased. They bathed me daily for a week, and now I sleep out here. And then the next dog would be it's quite a story. It's quite a story that you got to tell, but not a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story for you as well. And it involves something called a mailman. It's quite a story you've got to tell. Quite a story you've got to tell. But I've got a story. I've got a story to tell as well. Story to tell as well. Something called a mailman. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but that's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story to tell as well, and it involves something called a mailman. It involves a monster. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but that's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story to tell as well, and it involves a monster called a mailman. I like it. It involves a monster. Called a mailman. He's clad in blue. He's clad in blue and carries a bag. Yeah, that's quite a story that you got to tell. Yeah, right on. Yeah. I'm gonna keep. Yeah, right on, man. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, it's great to see you, dude. And yeah, we might be going. I'm gonna stop at 10. So no matter where we're at, and we'll see. If we're super close, then I might just stay and finish it. But that's quite a story that you got to tell. But that's quite a story that you got to tell. But I've got a story to tell as well, and it involves a monster called a mailman. He's clad in blue and he carries a bag, and he's got clad in blue and he carries a bag. He's clad in blue and he carries a bag and he's... So, it's 1 hour and 8 minutes from now, Rooster Bat. He's clad in blue and he's clad in blue and carries a bag. He's got... He's clad in blue and carries a bag. He smells the paper and... Carries a bag and he carries a bag and he's clad in blue. He carries... He's clad in blue. He's always coming up to you. Carries a bag and he's clad. He carries a bag and he's clad. He carries a bag. He carries a bag and well. That's we gotta carry. Carries a bag. He's clad in blue. Yeah, I see. He's clad in blue and carries a bag and I'll never forget. You never guess what he had, and he's clad in blue and carries a bag, and you'll never guess what he had. He's clad in blue and carries a bag, and you'll never guess just what he had. Oh, look at the good puppy! You're a good puppy. He's clad in blue. Clad in blue and carries the bag, and you'll never guess what this monster had. He had a clad in blue and he carries a bag, and you'll never guess what this monster had. But I went. I think I got it. He's clad in blue and carries the bag, and you'll never guess what this monster had. He had some paper, so I bid him. My people were not pleased. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've... That's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got... That's quite a story that you got to tell. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story to tell as well, and it involves a monster called a mailman. He's clad in blue and he carries the bag, and you'll never guess what this monster had. So yeah, he had some paper, so I bid him. My people were not pleased, so they took me to these trees and left me here with you. Yeah. Well, so the thing is, but we need to get him. We need to get. So we have to like. So this is So this is how he's. Yeah. That's quite a story that you got. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but that's quite a story that you got to tell, but that's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story to tell as well, and it involves a monster called a mailman. He's clad in blue and carries a bag, and you'll never guess what this monster had. He had some paper, so I bid him. My people were not pleased. People were not pleased. I bid him. How about this, Mr.? My people were not pleased. I bid him right upon his knee. My people were not pleased. I bid him right. People were not pleased. I bid him right between the knees. And now, my people were not pleased to bid him right between the knees. And now I live here. Oh, that's awesome. My people, I bid him right between. So I keep your knees. I bid him. And now, I live right here. It's not so rough being this tough in it, pub. Oh, we're tough as nails. Let the others chase the tails. Yeah, people. That's quite a story. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story to tell as well. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but that's quite a story that you got to tell, but this finger picking pattern is normally easy for me to play, but because there's so many lyrics, I'm. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but that's quite a story that you got to tell, but it's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story to tell as well, and it involves a monster called a mailman. He's clad in blue and carries a bag, and you'll never guess what this monster had. He had some paper, so I bid him. My people were not pleased to bid him right between the knees. And now I live right here. And now I live out here. That's awesome. That's awesome, Mr. Bat. Now I live out here. It's not so rough being tough in it, pub. We're tough as nails. Let the others chase the tails. Yeah, that's me too. Like, he had some favor. So I mean, of course, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. It's not so rough being tough in it, pub. We're tough as nails. Let the others chase their tails. Actually, that's great because what will happen is the R's will actually have extra poignancy this time around, right? Because now you get why they sound so mournful. Like, so we'll keep them sounding mournful, but you won't realize it because it sounds like a joke song, and then you'll be like, oh shit, now these dogs kind of like lost their families for the way like for their behavior, and then so Now I think so. Now I think that we should have one last verse where it's both of them singing together, and it's sort of like this them reconciling themselves to being out here, and then the people were not pleased, and then I think what we do is a ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, and then do it again. Bum, ba, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. And I think that's how the song ends. So we have one last verse. Now this is one. I think that so that's great. So we have one good laugh. We've got like lots of amusing and lots of cool interesting ideas of, like, and we've got one good laugh because so I bit him, which is exactly like that's a perfect dog thing, you know. No, I live out here. I think we so now it's well, the thing is I mean, I think that they're actually like I'm thinking they're on a porch, right? So they're actually and they're outside. So I think that now the dogs live together outside. Like they're not allowed in the house anymore. You know, one because he smells like skunk, and the other because he's bitten people. You know. But so that's quite a story that you got to tell. But I've got a story to tell as well. Yeah. Well. Yeah. And so yeah. Or yeah. And I think. I mean. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah. So I think the other dog was just kind of like taken to the country and dropped off. You know. And then he was sort of adopted. Like that's the narrative that I'm seeing. So so now we need. Or that. Started by a great big deer, stood my ground. That's not right. Now I'm losing some of the melodies. Wow, there's a lot of recordings on this one. No, that's not it. Here we go. Ever tell you about the time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave it. So, I'm forgetting. Ever tell you about the time last year when my people Come on. No. All right, hold on. I've got a version of it here. Way. Tell you about the time last year when the people got startled by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for. Give that deer what for. Did I ever tell you about that time last year when my people got startled by a great big deer and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for? Growl like mad. Growling like mad. Maybe I should just change the strumming pattern. Growling like mad, prepared for battle. Bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits. No, I can't change the strumming pattern. People were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy. A sausage party on my own. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum roars like a thunderstorm, and I barked and barked. I barked ferocious and barked some more, and that insatiable monster, he was cowed. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee and let me polish my bone. It's not so rough, being's tough, ain't it, pup? We're tough as nails, we're tough as nails. Let the others chase the tails, uh-huh. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Awesome, Kyoshi. Bum, 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 bum. Once I made a creature
Once met a creature in the dead of night. It had fur of black and a stripe of white, and it smelled so fierce that it made me vomit. Well, the vomit he did bar my way, so I barked and barked, and it sprayed and sprayed, and I have to say it was quite the misery. My people weren't so pleased. They bathed me daily for a week, and now I sleep out here. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story to tell as well. And it involves a monster called a mailman. He's clad in blue and carries a bag, and you'll never guess what this monster had. He had some paper, so I bit him. My people were not pleased, people were not pleased. I bit him right between the knees, and now I live out here. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, pup? We're tough as nails, let the others chase the tails. And then boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Now we need one last verse. All right. Let me sit. It's a pretty nice night on the porch tonight. It's a pretty nice night on the porch tonight. I think you'll agree, won't you? I think it's a pretty nice night on the porch tonight. It's a pretty nice night. It's a pretty nice night on the porch tonight. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. And looking at the light. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright. It's a pretty nice evening on. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. Lightning bugs, they shine so bright. Now we live together on this porch. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing new. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing new. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want me to fear. So, okay, so let me see. So it's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright, and bum ba dum, ba dum bum, and then we do. Now we live together on the porch out here. There's nothing that we want, need or fear, and it's soon. Yeah. So all right. So let's do that. So lightning bugs, it's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright, and the stars and the crickets sing. Crickets sing. Toads harmonize, and the toads harmonize. So what about this? It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright. The crickets sing, and the toads harmonize. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want, need or fear. Do-a-dibby-dum, bum-ba-dum, and then bum-ba-da-da-dum, bum-ba-da-bum-ba-dum, bum-bum. So yes, what do you guys think about that? It's a pretty nice. Well, the thing is, I mean, because yeah, maybe yeah, okay, yeah. That's I think you're right. That's right. Now we live together on this. Now we live together on this porch. porch out here. Yeah, right on. Me too, Richard Bet. There's nothing that we need. Nothing that we want. Need a fear. All right, so we need a. Now we live together. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want. Need a fear. We need a little something. So yeah, it did. Yeah, it turned out to be. I think it's awesome. It turned out. I think it's great. It's not what I thought. Like that's the thing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why you just got to follow the narrative thread. You plot a course, but you just follow the story. You know, and it turns out, and it usually turns out, you know, the best. You know. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want. Need a fear. La-ba-da-ba-dum. Bum-ba-dum. It's a pretty nice evening. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright. And the crickets sing, and the toads harmonize. Wait, okay, so. Oh yeah, listen. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want. Need a fear. I got you, and you got me. I like that. I got you, you got me. It's a pretty nice night on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright. The crickets sing, the toads harmonize. Yeah, I like it. It's fucking awesome. It's suddenly, yeah, it's fucking great. I got you. This is great, man. I got you. You got me. It's a pretty nice. And because we're harmonizing this. Yeah, we're harmonizing. And then yeah, right, Elix. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want. Need a fear. I got you. You got me. Hey, Derek. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright. The crickets sing. The toads harmonize. Bum ba da da dum bum ba da dum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum, and then bum ba da dum bum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum 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 bum. So we need those last, or we could just end it with the yeah. So all right. So we just need we need something that brings it all home, that ties it all up. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want. Need a fear. I got you. You got me. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so. Oh, I am. Hold on, let me see. Once I met a creature in the day and night. It had fur black and a stripe of white. It smelled so fierce, it made me vomit. Yeah, I think maybe doing the Scruggs style picking might actually be the best instead of. Now we live together on the porch out here. There's nothing that we want. Need a fear. I got you. You got me. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright. The crickets sing, the toads harmonize. Oh yeah. That's well. I can definitely get the sounds of crickets and toads. Oh yeah. Yeah. So actually, so I can. So again, like. In fact, yeah, and so actually what I can do is I will get cricket sounds and toad sounds and I will pitch them so that they're actually harmonizing, and then and I'll put them within the key. I will create a chord that and then the dog you know, and so yeah, and you know, okay, that'd be cool. All right. Yeah, cool. All right, yeah, awesome. So let me. So this song is really just. Let me get it though. So the verse is E, A B E. Verse. Let me bring all this shit back real quick. Okay. And then I'm just gonna record a real rough version of it all, so I kind of have a sense of how it all cadences and verse is E A B. The chorus is or no, and the verse is E A B. The turn is A B E so please fed me chicken fricassee and let me polish my bow. So E A B E twice, and then in the chorus is B A and E. So yeah, so this is literally a 1-4-5 song. It's perfect. It's total. This is total like classic country. Yeah. It was inspired. It's inspired by Bobcat's suggestion that we do a dog song. Here we go. Well, actually, there were a handful of people that threw out dog ideas, but. Got started by a great big deer, and I stood my ground and gave that deer what for. Growled like mad, prepared for battle, bared my teeth and made him skedaddle. The rattling of his bones could be heard till next Wednesday. My people were so pleased they gave me biscuits and gravy and a sausage party all my own. That sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fierce. This is not really. Well, that sounds pretty terrifying, but let me tell you a story about almost dying when I went up against the fearsome vacuum. The vacuum rose like a thunderstorm, and I barked ferocious and barked some more, and that insatiable monster, he was cowed. My people were so pleased they fed me chicken fricassee and let me polish my bone. It's not so rough being this tough, ain't it, pup? We're tough as nails, let the others chase their tails. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba-da-dum. Once I met a creature in the dead of night. It had fur black and a stripe of white, and it smelled so fierce that it made me vomit. I think it should be puke. It smelled so fierce that it made me puke. With a vomit he did bar my way, so I barked and it sprayed, and I have to say it was quite the misery. My people weren't so pleased they bathed me daily for a week, and now I sleep out here. That's quite a story you've got to tell. That's quite a story that you got to tell, but I've got a story to tell as well, and it involves a monster called a mailman. He's clad in blue and he carries a bag, and you'll never guess what this monster had. He had some paper, so I bid him. My people were not pleased to bid him right between tough as nails. Let the others chase the tails. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want, need or fear. I got you. Now we live together on this porch out here. There's nothing that we want, need or fear. I got you. You got me. It's a pretty nice evening on the porch tonight. The lightning bugs, they shine so bright. The crickets sing, toads harmonize. Bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Okay, so I got it. I'm really gonna have to practice playing and like that finger picking pattern. It does cadence, but there are. Hey, thank you, Alex. Some of the notes kind of carry over between the. No, remember we're gonna have the dog. We're gonna have that. The dogs are gonna howl that. Like the crickets are gonna be going, and the yeah, it's gonna be the howls. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be the howls. Yeah, I think that'll be the best. Bum, bum. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. And I'm I'm probably playing it too fast, so I'll get it down. But yeah, it actually turns out there's a lot of lyrics. It's actually more lyrics than I normally. So let me try to clean this up a bit. How can I do that? Sleep out here. I just want to get. Who wants to please that gave me? Who wants to please that gave me biscuits and gravy? Funny story, in the new Pokemon game, you get to pick your jersey number, which can be up to 3 days. Hey, that's awesome. Did you guys hear about 42? That they finally figured out the cube, the 3 cube numbers that of course. That's how did that you're like, yeah, where did you learn that? I see on the porch tonight. Oh, that works. Okay, great. I got it. So here. So this is all right. So now, what do we? So what was your suggestion? What was your suggestion, Elix, for the name of the song? A Dog's Life. Or we could call it Chasing Tails, but T-A-L. What about this? Or is that too on the nose? So I don't necessarily, but Dog's Life, yeah, like Dog's Life, I mean the thing is like, oh no, it's called A Dog's Tale, isn't it? A Dog's Life. Oh yeah, I like A Dog's Life. Dog's Tale. Isn't that the one? Isn't that the one that just came out with what's his name? What's the one that just came out with with what's his name, Quaid, not Randy Quaid, but the other Quaid brother, Dennis Quaid. A Dog's Journey. Okay, good. Yeah, a dog. I like A Dog's Life. Let's just call it Dog's Life. No, it was called A Dog's Journey. The Dog's Journey is like, it was infuriating for me because I was like, it's a dog's life being like a it's a hard life. It actually turns out it's a hard life for them, so that's great. So yeah, that's awesome. I like it. Cool, right on, awesome. So I got the recording here. Let me actually change the title of this to Dog's Life. A Dog's Life. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna have to practice this one quite a bit. Well, maybe not. I might. Usually, what happens is I really struggle with something. I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, and I'm able to play it perfectly. There's definitely something that goes on in my brain while I'm doing my thing. But that was great, man. We knocked that one out in 3.5 hours. That's one of my faster songs. And we kind of struggled. We kind of struggled at the beginning. So that we actually spent an hour equivocating. So we really knocked that song out in 2.5 hours after we kind of got the ball rolling. We really knocked it out of the park. That's fucking awesome. So let me see. Let's go figure out somebody that's we're gonna go raid because I'd like to. I haven't. Well, I did eat. I had a turkey sandwich today. We're gonna go raid because I had a turkey sandwich at like 11, and I haven't eaten anything since then. Yeah, amen. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like we had to kind of calibrate exactly what direction we wanted to point the song, and then once we found it, we're like, fuck yeah. Okay, so what am I doing? Oh yeah, please do, Lenina, please do. It's really funny. I like the more I play that song, and I think. I mean, I want to wait and get you the whole song in its entirety, but I definitely think that like I could understand some of your hesitation regarding the and so what I anyway, but I anyway I think you'll like the way I tweaked it. The idea I think the idea behind the message is that like your normal and our normal, it's just normal, like that's the idea. It's like, look, it's not a matter of, some people have family members who are in an iron lung, and some people have family members who just disappear, some people have homes where it's just one parent, and that's their normal, and this is your normal, and it's all people being people, kind of like that's the underpinnings of the song, so yeah, amen, yeah, and that's exactly, and so and I picked up on that, and that's basically what I'm trying to, how I'm trying to frame it, and I don't want to be too on the nose. I want the audience, I want the listener to figure it out. Okay, awesome. Well then let's go rate him. That's awesome. Hey Sarge, how you doing, man? Oh damn, you just showed up. We just finished writing a song. It was fucking awesome. It's about two dogs. It's called A Dog's Life. And it's fucking amazing. It ended up being really, really cool. And there's actually a laugh out loud moment, and then it ends up real poignant. And it was fucking awesome, man. It's 6:30. Are you about to stream? Because we'll raid you. It's so weird. It's so funny that we had like 30 people, or like between 25 and 30 people in the stream, all the way up until the end when it got to the best. I'm like, what? You guys couldn't stick around for when the song got amazing? There's no going to work. Why is it? What the coronavirus? What would keep? Is there anything happening in Saudi Arabia that I'm aware of? I don't know. What's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah, Kyoshi, because we're done with the song. We finished it. Oh, you're going to work. Oh, I see. I see. No, comma, going to work. I thought you said no going to work as in there's no going to work. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. No, yeah. That's exactly right. No. That's fine. It's fine. You're just the dean of a college. Punctuation, smunctuation. All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna go. We're just about to go raid. Oh, wait, it's Paul. No, what's Paul TGG? Let's eat. Yeah. Let's eat, Grandpa. Let's eat, Grandpa. All right. So let's raid Paul. Raid TTG. All right. Awesome. So if you guys don't know Paul, he's a production streamer. He actually does music production, and he's a fun guy and super cool. And so decimals you got down, commas not so much. Oh, he's not really live. Okay. Not for 9 minutes. Okay, well then, fuck. Well then, what do we? All right, so well then, let's just hang out for a bit. Give me 1 second. Let me go put some stew on so I can cook, and so then when we raid him, I can just run downstairs and eat. Cause and I discovered that if you use in my stew, if you grate a whole bunch of extra sharp cheddar, it becomes extra delicious. It's yeah. Oh yeah, let's raid Jennifer Jess. Let's do that. In fact, she reached out to me. And I totally flaked on her accidentally, and so hopefully, she's actually live. Oh yeah, all right, let's do that. Beep 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 bump beep boop boop. All right, so yeah, thank you guys, thank you. Yeah, and so this extra sharp cheddar cheese in the stew, it's fucking amazing. It's amazing. It's like something that was already magically delicious is now even more delicious. I'm like, how is it even possible? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna have right now is some. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Let's just show up and say hi. We don't need a raid call. All right, adios. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Hopefully, for those I do see. Adios.